So good morning to everyone. Hope all you people are fine at your end. So today is actually the EGDL practical session as per the timetable, and now we are just taking the theoretical session related to this since we didn't have the theory sessions before. So later in the theoretical class, I will be explaining you the concepts, and in the practical session, you will be solving the problems in the sketchbook, and any doubt I'll be clarifying you people. Okay. So now until now you have understood the concepts of projection of points, lines, right? The same concept you'll be applying for projection of planes also. So please mute your mic. Whenever you want to speak, raise your hand or unmute. So kindly now mute. If you want to speak anything, you can unmute your mic, okay? Or else it gets disturbed to everyone. So I'll be now just sharing a screen to you related to planes. Is it visible to everyone? Okay. Is it visible to everyone? Kindly reply. Is it visible? Hello. So this is an screen which has been showing.
It is visible, ma'am.
Visible.
But your voice is not that much clear.
Voice is not clear. My voice is properly here to me. Am I audible now? Hello.
Okay.
Audible? Okay, now you can see. So until now we have studied the projection of points and lines. So now we are coming for planes. So planes are nothing but the two-dimensional objects. It could be a triangle, a square, a rectangle. Hello? Okay, the planes could be any two-dimensional surface. It could be a triangle, a square, a rectangle, a hexagon, pentagon, whatever. So we'll be using this plane laminas in order to determine its front view, top view as well as side views. So everyone know how to construct a triangle, a square, a rectangle, right? So triangle. Hello? It is disconnecting in between. I'm sorry for that. So it has all the three sides. Square will be having all four sides equal. Rectangle you will be having in length and in breadth, and pentagon will be having five sides. Hexagon will be having six sides, and circle you will be drawing with the help of an radius given. Okay, so you know to construct even a pentagon, right? So what will be the interior and the exterior angle for the pentagon? Kindly reply, please. How do you construct an pentagon? You will be having an interior angle and an exterior angle. A side of 50 mm will be given. So there you will just draw a 50 mm side, and then you will take the interior angle as 108 and exterior angle will be 72 degree. So then you, after this 72 degree line, you will again measure the distance and you will cut an arc. Similarly, you will go here, interior exterior angle you will take 72, so interior angle will be 108. So you will draw the line and you will measure the distance of the side given and you will cut an arc. Similarly, you proceed for other two sides and you get the required pentagon. Similarly for hexagon. You will draw a line of 50 mm or whatever is been given. So exterior angle for hexagon will be 60. So interior angle will be 180 minus of 60. So this will be 120 degree. So you will take 120 degree interior angle, draw the line, and the side of the hexagon will be given. So same measurement you will use by using a compass, and you will cut an arc. Similarly here, interior angle of 120 degree, you will draw the line and the side of the hexagon will be given. So you will measure that distance and you will cut an arc. Similarly, come back for other three sides and you will get the required hexagon. So if you just construct basically these all laminas initially in a plain sheet of paper, we'll come to know exactly how to construct a pentagon, hexagon and all. We have done this in the solid edge already, but manually in the sketchbook or in a plain sheet of paper, you just try constructing the pentagon, hexagon, the triangle, a square, a regular rhombus, how it will be. Okay, so before starting with the problems. So this is about the planes. So we will be focusing on just the planes which are nothing but the two-dimensional entity. So when we go for an three-dimensional object, then the chapter will be called as projection of solids. So after this, okay. So projection of planes we have done. So what will be asked in projection of planes? Similar to that of a projection of lines, it will be asked to determine the front view, the side view and the top view. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
your voice is breaking. We are not able to hear anything. Your voice is breaking. We are not able to hear anything.
Am I audible? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Hello?
Your voice is breaking, man.
My voice here, there is a clarity. Is it audible now? Hello?
Okay, man.
Okay.
Okay, man.
Please listen
Okay.
carefully. So now we will be focusing on the front view, top view concept. I'll just explain you with respect to quadrant system also. So here also they will be asking you the front view, top view and the side view. So what will be given in the problem? So description about the plane figure will be given and also its position with respect to HP and VP will be given. So without that it is not possible to solve the problem. Okay. Along with that, it also tells how the position of HP and VP will be there. So inclinations with respect to the surfaces also will be given. And inclination to one of its edges also will be given. So every plane will be having the edges or the sides will be the same. And the surface is the, I'll just tell you one second. Right, so this is a triangle, so it will be having, these are called as the sides or the edges, and this is called as the corner, one corner, two corner and the third corner. So these are all the edges, or even these are called as the sides. So this entire thing is called as the surface of the given lamina, the front surface and the back surface. So you should be knowing the differences between the edges, the corners and the surface. Okay, so the inclination with respect to edges as well as the inclination with respect to surfaces will be given. Without that, you won't be able to get all the views. Okay, so now I will just explain you with respect to the quadrant system. So now you are sure that even in projection of lines, we were focusing on the first angle projection. So here also we are focusing on the first angle projection, which is associated with the first quadrant system. So in the first quadrant system, everyone knows what happens is you will be having an vertical plane and you will be having an horizontal plane. So now if we consider a rectangular surface, so this is a rectangular surface and this is a rectangular plane what we are considering. And if in the question it is told the surface is parallel to HP, so you will locate the surface of the rectangular plane such that it is parallel to our HP plane. Okay, so when it is parallel to the HP plane, when you view from the top, the entire rectangle will be dropped on the horizontal plane. So this will be the top view of the rectangular plane. And similarly, then you will view here from the front. So when you view here from the front, the projection will be projected on the vertical plane. So when it is projected on the vertical plane, what happens is you will be seeing only one line in the vertical plane. So the front view will be just a line and the top view here will be an rectangular surface. Okay, so next is when the surface is inclined to HP, how it will be. So now you'll be considering an rectangular surface. It will be inclined in such a way that when you project, it is inclined, it shows inclination only to VP and not to HP. You should be very careful when they say the surface is inclined to HP. You will place a position of the rectangle in such a way that it is showing inclination to the vertical plane and not to the horizontal plane. So when you view from the top, you will be having an rectangular lamina visualized. This inclination will not matter, but when we view from the top, the projections are dropped exactly perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So you will be seeing an rectangular surface in the horizontal plane as our top view. And when you view from the front view, there is an inclined line only what we can see. The entire plane lamina will not be visualized. So this inclined line will be projected to our vertical plane and this will be our front view. Okay, so this is how it looks when the surface of the rectangular lamina is inclined to HP plane. And next, when one small side is inclined to vertical plane. So the sides here you have two large sides and two small sides, right? So the sides are also called as edges. So these four points are the corners. So these are the edges which has two longer edge and two small edge. So when it is told one small side or the edge is inclined to VP. So you will incline the rectangular plane surface in such a way that the smaller edge or the smaller side is inclined to VP. This comes in very rare case. So when you view from the top, you will get an inclined surface here and also inclined surface in the vertical plane. This is rarely given usually, but this also you have to understand how it looks. Okay, so you will get an inclined rectangular surface when it is viewed from the front, and also you will get an inclined surface when it is viewed from the top. So after this, what is our concept? You all know that we will shift the horizontal plane 90° in the clockwise direction. So when we flip our horizontal plane, right? So this is our first. So here, when this horizontal plane is flipped 90° down, what happens is the top view will come below XY line and the front view will come above XY line. And always this rectangular surface should be named as A, B, C and D. And top view is always associated with only A, B, C, D, not A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. So you will name only A, B, C and D. And when it comes for the front view, you have to show in terms of A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash. So here when you view from here, A dash will be, so if the observer views from the bottom, B dash will be visible and A dash will not be visible. So A dash we usually put it in the bracket. It is not shown here, but I am explaining you the concept. When the observer views from here, B dash will be visible and A dash is on the same line. This will not be visible. So which will not be visible, you will write it in the bracket. B dash, in the bracket you will write A dash. Similarly, when the observer views from here, the C dash will be visible and this corner D dash will not be visible. So that you will put it in the bracket. So this is for the first condition. And for the second condition, when the rectangular surface is inclined, then again you horizontal plane, you will rotate 90 degree down. So you will get the top view below the XY plane and the front view above the XY plane. So here again you will write it as A, B, C and D. So this is the second stage which happens. In the question you will be having the first stage, the second stage and the third stage. So in the first stage you will show the regular position of the lamina. So when the surface is parallel to HP, you will get the true shape of it in the top view. So first you will start up with the top view and then go to the front view. Okay, the true shape will be given always with respect to the top view, and the front view will be always parallel to the XY line. This you have to consider, because with the problem when it gives, it can be parallel to HP as well as parallel to VP. We are focusing only on surface parallel to HP. When the surface is parallel to HP, you have to start the problem with the top view and the front view, and the top view only will give you the true shape. Okay, and in the second stage usually they will give you the inclination of the surface with respect to HP. They will tell that the surface is inclined to 45 degree to VP, and in the second stage what you do is, this line which was parallel to XY, now you will shift that to 45 degree to VP. So this concept I have explained you already for the second stage. Every problem will be having the three stages, 1, 2 and 3. First stage will provide the true shape of the given plane. If it is parallel to HP, you will get the true shape with respect to the top view only, not front view. Front view will be parallel to XY line. And in the second stage, they give you the inclination with respect to HP. So in the second stage, what you will do is, the same line will be inclined to 45 degree, 35, 20, whatever degree given. Then you will project down and you will extend the projection from here, and you will get the image of this is the apparent shape of the object. So in the first stage you get the true shape, but when it is inclined to particular angle, you won't get the true shape of the given rectangular lamina. You will get the apparent shape of the given rectangular lamina. So it looks like a square here, you can notice. And in the third, it will give you the inclination with respect to the VP. So VP inclination is always taken in the third stage. HP inclination is always taken in the first stage. Okay, so here it is told that the smaller side is inclined to VP. So this is the smaller side. So they are showing the inclination. If it is told it is inclined to 45 degree to VP, the smaller side, you can take either this side or this side and give the inclination with respect to VP, and you will complete this entire rectangular lamina. Then you will take the projection above and you extend the projection here, and you will get the apparent shape of the object. So top view will give you the previous top view. This one is the true shape what we got, and here you will get the in the front view you will get the apparent shape of it. In the first stage, the front view will be parallel to the XY line, and in the second stage, the front view will be inclined to particular angle to HP, and in the third stage, you will get the apparent shape of the front view when it is associated with parallel to HP. If the given problem tells that surface is parallel to VP, then you will start with the front view and then come back to the top view. So this is what you have to understand. So every problem in planes will be having the 3 stages, which helps you in solving the problems. So now, hope it was understandable from everyone. Jayant? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this was the
Yes, ma'am. I understood it.
yeah. So this was the concept of the quadrant system what we follow. So you have to be careful whether in the question it is told as parallel to HP or parallel to VP. If it is parallel to HP, we will start up with the true shape from the top view and then project it above for the front view. And if it is parallel to VP, we will start from the front view and then we will project back to the top view. Okay, so now we will just try to solve a simple problem. So what does the question here? It's a rectangle of 30 mm and 50 mm side is resting on HP on one of the small side which is 30° inclined to VP, while the surface of the plane makes 45° inclination with HP. Draw its projection. So they have given the data associated with respect to 3 stages. First, understand it is given, it is a rectangle of side 30 mm. So longer side will be 30 mm, longer side will be 50 and the smaller side will be 30. So and it is told it is resting on HP. So whenever it is resting on HP, the given rectangular plane lamina will be parallel to the HP surface. Okay, and so that will help you in drafting the first stage. So as per the first stage, this rectangular surface will be parallel to HP, so you will get the top view down and you get the front view in the vertical plane as a straight line. The same thing you will picturize over here. So this will be 50 and this will be 30 mm. You will construct the top view and you will name it as A, B, C and D. After that, you will project this line above. Okay, so where it ends, you will join this as a common thick line. So this will be our front view. So when the observer views from here, B will be visible and A will be not visible. So while writing here, you please write B dash in the bracket A dash, and you write here C will be visible and D will be along the same line that will be hidden. So that you will write it in the bracket C dash, and in the bracket you will write it as T dash, D dash. So this is the first position when the given rectangular surface is parallel to HP. Along with that, now they are giving you the inclinations with respect to HP as well as inclination with respect to VP. So inclination with respect to HP should be taken first and then we will take the inclination with respect to VP. So here it is told the surface with respect to HP we will take. The surface of the plane makes 45° with respect to HP. Always the inclinations of HP or above HP data will come even in locating the line and the point. If it is 25 mm above HP, will take the line above XY line only. Similarly, the inclinations of HP also to be taken above HP above XY line. So when it is told the surface is making an inclination with 45 degrees, so you will take a line, you will draw a line which is equal to 45 degree. Okay, and then you will just measure this distance, how much it is from here till here you will measure, and the same distance you will draw and you will cut an arc. Okay, after cutting the arc, you will get the end point. So now you will write A dash, B dash, here, C dash and D dash over here. So which is not visible, you kindly put it in the bracket. So this line later you will project it down. After projecting down, the projections of the top view also to be projected. So this helps in intersecting the lines at four corners. So the locus of A is meeting with the locus of A dash over here. So this will be named as A. And the locus of B is meeting with the locus of B dash at this point. So this point will be B1, B. And the locus of C is meeting with C dash at this point. So this point will be C, and the locus of D will be meeting at C dash. So this point you can name it as D. So this, no need of writing A1, B1, C1, D1. The same thing we can retain as A, B, C and D. Okay, so this is the second stage. After second stage, even the data related to VP is given. It is told that one of the small side is inclined 30 degree to VP. So here in rectangle you have two small sides. One is AB and other one is DC. So you can take either of the side and incline to 30 degree. So AB or DC you can take. In this AB is given. So you will just take an 30 degree line with reference to our XY plane. After that you will measure this distance, how much it is, A to B. Okay. Now that distance you will measure and you will cut an arc. So you will get this distance A and B. So from there you will just draw a perpendicular line. So this line will be exactly 90 degree. This line also will be exactly 90 degree. So you have to shift the apparent shape of the rectangular lamina to the third stage. So you will measure now from B1 to C1 what is this distance using the compass, and from the keeping the compass at this point you will just cut an arc. And similarly you from A1 to D1 you will measure what is the distance, it will be the same, and keeping the compass here you will just cut an arc. So then you will join all the four sides. So that shows now the rectangular lamina which was having the apparent shape is now inclined to 30 degree to VP. So after constructing the top view inclination to VP, you have to get the apparent size, apparent shape of the front view also. For that what you will do, you will take the projection above from all the four corners. After taking the projection, you will extend the projection from the both the corners of the front view. So then you have to read the locus carefully. Here you have B and the locus of B dash is meeting at this point. So this will be our B dash. Similarly, you have A and the locus of A dash is meeting at this point. So you will name this point as A dash. And now we have C here. The locus of C is meeting with the locus of C dash at this point. So we'll call this as C dash. And the locus of D is meeting with the locus of D dash at this point. So we call this point as D dash. So you got all the four corners. So then you will join A dash to B dash, B dash to C dash to D dash and D dash to A dash. So all the stages, all the views should be of thick continuous line. The projection lines will be very thin. And you have to show what is the angle, your value of inclination of HP is equal to 45 degree, inclination of VP as 30 degree you have to show, and this is our top view and this is our front view. This will be XY line. Okay, all this you have to show. So this is related to the three stages what we have to solve in a projection of plane irrespective of given plane lamina. One thing you have to think, when the front view is parallel to XY line, you will get the true shape. When the front view is inclined to particular angle, you won't get the true shape, you will get the apparent shape. Okay, So then to get the apparent shape of the front view, you have to incline any of the edge of the top view so that you will get the apparent shape of the front view, because you have got the true shape, apparent shape of top view and the apparent shape of front view also to be calculated. So this is a simple problem what you have to understand. Is it clear? Kindly reply. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay. So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
was the basic example. So now I will just show you a simple problem. So let me share another. So you can just try solving. I'll show you one more. Is it visible? So these are our actual problems what you have to solve. So this is the first problem. So now see and understand the question here. So it is an equilateral triangle lamina given. So equilateral triangle lamina will be having all sides equal and angle will be 60°, right? So the side is given as 25 mm with one of its edge on HP. So you have to now understand the resting position of the given object such that the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP and the edge on which it rests is inclined to VP at 60°. Draw the projection. One thing now we have understood, all the data related to the three stages will be given. So here it is told an equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle will be having three sides and you know the dimension of the side. But how it is rested in HP you have to understand. First we studied where it is told that the given lamina was parallel to HP. Now it is told that one of its edge is lying on HP. When one of its edge is lying on HP, one second. The other edge will be perpendicular to VP. So how you will understand the position? For the if you go wrong with the position, then it will be a mistake. Okay, so if this is okay, so if this is our horizontal and vertical plane, the position of the triangle will be like this, horizontal, so that it is resting on one of its edge. So this triangle, this side will be considered as one of its edge. It is resting in such a way that it is parallel to HP, but in the same time it is perpendicular to our vertical plane. So if it has to be perpendicular to vertical plane, you have to place the triangle lamina in this direction such that when it shifts it will be shown in this way. So you will always place one of its edge in such a way that this edge will be parallel to the vertical plane. So keeping one of this edge parallel perpendicular to the vertical plane, you will construct the given triangular lamina. So you will draw 25 mm in the vertical line. You will take 60° from here. You will take 60° from here and you will measure 25 mm distance and you will cut an arc. Similarly, you will measure 25 mm and you will cut an arc. So you will get the triangular lamina here. So then you will, after constructing the triangular lamina, you have to project that above. So it is told that the edge is resting on HP so that the front view will be exactly on the VP line. So there will be no distance above for extension. You will just project it and the distance